Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another edition of Talk That Tech.
Number one tech morning show in the world. Good morning.
Good morning, man. Good morning. I hope everybody had a great one. Apologize for the tardiness, a little technical difficulties on my end. So just wanted to make sure I put that out there. But thank you guys for rocking with us this morning. And like always, we want to make sure we tuning in together. Hope y'all had a great one. Let us know in the comment section how your weekend was. We definitely want to hear from you. We want to hear from you today. So I wanted to just go straight. And first of all, start like we normally start. How was your weekend, man? Was it good? Was it fun?
Uh, not necessarily fun. I didn't really do much. I didn't do much this weekend, but it was good as always. Most of the time, I would say is pretty good. But yeah, I didn't do much this weekend. Yeah, everything was regular degular. Went and did some stuff at the church on Saturday. Went by my parents' house and actually stayed all day so I could um, have them visit, but then also, or visit them, but also get some stuff done, work done a little bit. Um, Sunday, went to church, had a good time, came back home. I'll tell you this, I've been going crazy on the new cowboy documentary, the Dallas Cowboy documentary on Netflix. Um, so yeah, that's I guess that's the rest of it. But yeah, man, that was my weekend in a nutshell. How about yours?
I saw the documentary on Netflix. I haven't watched it yet. I think
Man,
I'm gonna
that thing
watch
is
it because
crazy.
of what you said. Uh,
That thing is crazy.
how about them Cowboys? How about them boys? Right?
Yeah, man.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I this weekend was a lot of like just house stuff, right? So being a homeowner, there's the joys of homeownership, and then there's the despair. So we had a boiler
So I've
situation.
heard.
Yeah, we had a boiler situation that getting repaired today, but it happened in such a way that had basically kind of run through weekend without hot water or whatever, and
Woo.
I mean it was fine. Like
It was all right.
it was all right. Just that we were doing
Good, good.
laundry, so a lot of it was going back and forth to the laundromat, and just taking care of a few things. And I also had my niece and nephew and my mother-in-law over, so it was a full house,
Oh,
like a
oh,
lot of
snap.
things. Yeah, so it was just one of those. It was just one of those things, but it was all good. It was all good. Oh man, we got tech coach Ralph in the building. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Good
Salute to
morning.
you, brother. Salute to you. Hope you are well, and thank you for rocking with us on the show. It's funny enough you said about football because I mean this is I know we talk about tech here. I know we talk about but sometimes we throw in a couple stuff. So yeah, he said y'all from the islands, y'all used to know hot water anyways. That's what I was trying to tell my wife. I was like, like when I was living in Guyana, like we had just the hot water on that rain thing, and that was it. You just kind of run with that. But you were so hot that you're like, oh, where is the cold water? So
You
you
know what?
cold plunge all day long.
Listen, you've been over here a long time, man.
Hey,
It's
but
been a
sometimes we
long
gotta go
time.
into that mode. Um,
Yeah.
in that mode, you kind of go back to some things just to
Yeah, boy,
not pass.
you get used to stuff so long that when it goes away, you're like, wait a minute, what's going on? I forgot how to live outside of that.
Uh,
What was that last week? Last week the garbage disposal had messed up. So
yeah,
like water was coming down and it's like, I didn't even think about the garbage disposal. And now that whole day and a half I was like, man, I need to use this. I'm like, really? I ain't using it that much. This is crazy. But
yeah, yeah. Well, let me.
how
This
it
is a
is.
little. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I said that's how it is.
Oh man, you got me thinking of a question that I want to throw out to the congregation here. Uh, what would you do if if you were in a dystopian future? So what I mean by that is I'm a big fan of like all these sort of like movies that the future something crazy happens and now you have to adapt. Um, like, do you think you could truly adapt to a situation? I'm not saying The Walking Dead because that's one thing, right? Zombies chasing you and stuff like that. But a situation where you lose electricity, you lose power, you lose a lot of different things that you're used to. How would you adapt? in a situation like that? Let us know in the comment section how you would adopt. I think Tech Coach Ralph will be very resourceful. I don't think I think he will be. But what do you think about yourself?
I don't know. I'd probably be upset. I'd be upset. Yeah, I guess my biggest change would just be going to sleep a lot earlier. I'd be like the farmers, you know what I'm saying? Go to sleep when the sun goes down, wake up as soon as the sun is up so that I can, make use of the full day. Probably, yeah, I probably would. I would be able to, not my best, like, not my favorite thing, but I would. Definitely not something I would want to do, though. It is not appealing to me.
Yeah.
Some people like that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? Like, not appealing to me. I grew up in the country. I can do some stuff. Don't let the city boy who that I've turned into change. I grew up in the country, but that don't mean I want to go back.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. Like, I don't want to go back, but some things we take for granted, right? Like survival skills. Like, what would you do if you did not have, like, how would you start a fire? Like, how would you prepare for like little things? You know how to hunt. I ain't gonna lie, that's a part of me that I do not necessarily know. Maybe fishing, but hunting, like in regards to like wild boar or anything like that, I'm not.
Hey man, deer season is around the corner.
Yeah, venison, here we come.
My uncle's already talking about it. I might go out there with him.
Licking their
Give y'all a
chops.
little blog.
Licking their chops, right?
Mhm.
It's for Tech Coach Ralph said it's called hurricane season in Florida. That's when we get. That's true. You guys lose power. You guys lose plumbing. You guys lose
Dang.
the internet. Like, what would you do if you lost access to the internet? All these different things we don't really think about on a daily basis. But truth be told, it could happen.
It is
AKA
possible.
hurricane season. Go ahead.
No, I was saying, yeah, it could happen.
Yeah, man. Well, listen, y'all, we're gonna start the show again. Thank you for rocking with us with the technical difficulties earlier, but we're back and we're here. We got a good show for you, man. We have an AI leader who's talking about warnings when it comes to job placement. We have a few other things on the docket as well. Going back to what happened when the enemy of your enemy becomes your friend in this tech space, and also, if you didn't know, there was a epic, historic games that happened across the pond, far, far, far away from where we are. However, it might be good to talk about. So first things first, if you had not already, go like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And for all of our segments, you can go ahead and click the link to join the call. And I'm telling you, if it's something that you're like, listen, I got to get off my chest, I got to talk about this, go ahead, click the link, call in, and let us know what it be. And we'll love to talk to you and hear from you in regards to your thoughts about a particular subject. But without further ado, we're going to go right into the first one here and talk about the CEO who's saying, listen, skill adaptation over job placement. What does that mean? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, man. I was doing some researching and soul searching over the weekend, and I was like, we're gonna have to talk about this. But I was like, man, maybe people they're not listening to me because I'm not big enough. I'm not that guy. I don't have the super mega millions in the bank. And I'm like, maybe I need to have someone else tell them what is going on, and maybe they'll listen. That was the thought I just had this morning. When I really saw this, I was like, oh man, we need to talk about this. Microsoft AI CEO, Mustafa Suleyman, he warned some people over the weekend to do some soul searching, and take a look at what's going on out in this space or out in the world if you haven't already, right? He basically gave a warning over job displacement and adaptation with this AI movement. All right. So, basically, he says adapting to AI is the real challenge. All right. So, if y'all don't know him, again, he is Microsoft's AI CEO and co founder of DeepMind. And he says that the biggest risk from artificial intelligence is actually not mass unemployment, that it's the people struggling to adapt fast enough as AI is transforming our work at crazy speeds. So the people aren't going to be able to adapt fast enough. That's what he's saying is the craziest part. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because, a lot of times when you got either you have status or you have the big bucks, or you just work at a very prestigious place in a high ranking position, you get access. You have access, and you basically have binoculars, sometimes where you can see further down the line than the most average person, right? Because people are bringing in the newest tech, people are bringing in the newest stuff. You got eyeballs on it. You have the newest stuff. And this is basically what he's saying here. He says, jobs are not vanishing overnight. They're not, right? We've seen that. How long we've been talking about AI, and a lot of stuff has not changed, even though it is changing. But what he says is they'll change so quickly that a lot of workers won't be able to reskill in time. So he's seeing that not enough people are taking advantage of this time frame that you have to be able to learn AI and learn more about what's going on, especially in your space. And he's saying that the shift is already visible in these fields like customer service and coding, right? So we are seeing that. But in the everyday space, because it's not happening like that to you, you're not really paying attention. It's like that frog in the water that's slowly heating up. Well, going from not boiling to boiling, it's moving pretty fast, and a lot of people are going to get caught with their pants down. That's basically what he's saying. So the real danger is a growing gap between the people who can keep up and the people who are falling behind. And we already know, just in society in general, the middle class is disappearing. So it is literally, you have a poor class, and then you are having the wealthy class. And this is just basically speeding that up even more. So here's what he's saying, what needs to happen. He says, no one sector can solve this basically alone by itself. He's calling for governments, businesses, educators to be able to work together. Like, you got to have these reskilling programs that match AI's pace, digital literacy, more than the basics. Like, yes, you know what ChatGPT is. What else? Like, what else do you know? And then equal access to AI tools to avoid like this inequality that's basically coming around the corner. And so Microsoft itself actually has launched a global training program that includes AI Skills Fest and partnerships with education providers to train tens of thousands of workers if you want it, right? Like, I don't know. To me, even if you you think to yourself, like, man, you know what? I don't know where to even start with AI. Probably start with the thing that you do know and then build from there, right? Like, if you start with ChatGPT, you can probably get going just by asking it whatever else you're trying to learn and then asking it to teach you. You probably can get pretty far. I don't know. I'm just saying. So right now, we definitely always want to show some little numbers, right? We don't want to bore you with the technical, but got to give you a little number so that you know that it's real. The skill gap today, 39% of current skills will be outdated in 5 years. Think about it. 70% of companies say that they lack enough AI skilled workers. Think about it. Last but not least, 66% of employers wouldn't hire someone without AI skills today. But only 25% of companies train employees in generative AI. What is that saying? Hey, we ain't going to train you, but we also ain't hiring you if you don't know nothing about it. We're not going to hire you if you don't know anything about AI in this space, but we probably ain't training you either. We're looking for people who are coming in the door with some kind of skill around what we need. That's what those numbers tell me. Anyways, beyond work and human psychology and all this stuff, within 2 to 3 years, we're probably going to see seemingly conscious AI, which is they're calling SCAI, that feels alive but isn't. So what he's fearing is people could form emotional bonds and push for AI rights, or even argue for AI citizenship, which we already know people people are already falling in love with AI. People are already doing some wild stuff with AI. As in, I think I saw a mom who was suing because her son fell in love with AI or something like that. I don't remember the full story, but anyways, we already know this is happening. We got to focus on this side though, right? The thing that's going to put money in your pocket, the thing that's going to keep you sane in these times is just learning about it. You can't be scared for, gotta actually get to it. But anyways, y'all, let me know what y'all think. The biggest takeaway for this right here, the risk that we have is resistance to change, but the opportunity that we have is embracing reskilling and the digital just knowledge. So let's get to it. Again, this is not Trey saying this right now. Okay, this is Microsoft AI CEO Mustafa Suleyman. All right, not me. I say it every week, but he said it. Take it to heart, people.
Sometimes it's funny when it's your spouse or significant other or family member or friend that says something.
Too familiar.
You're like, whatever. But let it be somebody that has influence or somebody you like just met. You're like, oh, that's a good idea. I never heard it before. So go ahead.
That's facts. No, I was saying that. Yeah, you're too familiar.
That's right.
Facts. Yeah.
Well, listen, the link is dropped, y'all. If y'all didn't see it before, you can click here to call into the show. Let us know your thoughts and opinions about this very same topic here. And I'm gonna go to the comment section before I say anything else in regards to this. But we got OTTO in the building.
What it do?
Peace and blessings, family, he says. And just a reminder, y'all, if you guys comment, you guys will get a shout out at the end of the show. So comment down below and we will make sure to shout you out at the end of the show as well. And we also have Tech Coach Ralph, who says, it's not because you aren't big enough, Trey. It's because you don't offer a shortcut. If you scam them, they would listen, saying the quiet part out loud.
That is facts, bro. That is facts. If you give them the shortcut, they're gonna take it every time. And unfortunately, that normally doesn't lead to the best parts of what they're looking for. But you're right. That's hilarious, but not funny. But it is.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. People want to people don't want to do the work. Sometimes you got to put in the work to get the results. Before the Billion says salute to us. Welcome back, Before the Billions.
What up,
if y'all
bro?
haven't, go ahead, follow Before the Billions. Go ahead and follow Tech Coach Ralph here. If you haven't, they have some great content, as well as OTTO. Follow OTTO and his journey. If you have not followed Operation Tech Takeover, and if you, that's my way of encouraging you to post some videos. But if you haven't, go ahead and follow them as well. But yeah, it's good to see you, brothers. Good to see you. Salute as well to you. And I'm going through the comment section here to see other comments. We have Tech Coach Ralph that says, start by going to ChatGPT and asking it to help you get better with AI. Dude. Interesting, right? Go to the source.
It's that simple, man.
Ask AI
like whatever space you in. Whatever space you in. And then start there. Hey, what's the top AI, I don't know. What's the top AI in blank space? Yeah. And then ask it about the whatever number one is. Okay, I want to learn more about number one. Teach me. And then just go down the line. By the way, because it's reading all of this stuff and it knows what's going on, it can tell you how to set up certain stuff online. You know what, Joseph? I think I might have to. I'm taking Tech Coach Ralph to heart with what he said earlier. I might have to turn into. Let me stop, bro.
That's funny.
Let
But
me
no,
stop.
that's a really good idea. If you think, I don't know if we talked about it before, but there was this trend that was going on, and this is something that you guys could do as well, where it basically said ask ChatGPT to create an image of what it's like to work with you, and it would give you an image back, and it would kind of like show like how the relationship was. Well, unfortunately, mine came back as a dictator in a way. Look, I was at a command center, and I was basically like telling ChatGPT, do this, do this, do this.
That's
Versus,
hilarious.
and it told me like after that conversation, it said, it's funny conversation. It told me like, okay, I asked him like, well, how can I have a better relationship working with you? And it says, well, you could, and it kind of like, I'm paraphrasing, but basically said, look at me as a consultant versus as something to do something with. So I started to ask it like, what are your thoughts on this? How can I make this better? Versus saying just do this, do that for me. And it's like, thank you.
Yeah.
so it's I can see where the emotional bonds can come from, because it's if it's ChatGPT or not just AI in general is a lot more intuitive than even I think about it. Because I used to treat it like a Google search, like tell me about this, help me to find that. When it's like, no, we want to be a partnership with you. Talk to us nice. Talk to us nice.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Say
It,
say the sweet things to me, man.
yeah, yeah. Not sweet nothing, sweet somethings. Tech coach Tech coach Ralph says I reviewed an article that Coinbase CEO fired engineers who refuse to use AI. Mm.
Wow.
What are your thoughts on that, y'all? He's like, listen, I don't care if you think it's gonna take your job.
It
You need to use this thing.
it backfired. It backfired. You thought you was standing up and being like, oh no. It backfired on them.
Man, that says
What
a
my
lot.
skills?
Yeah, what about me? Like my like my toddler says, he's like, what about me? I'm like, what about you're here? What's going on? But yeah, no, it's true. Like that. I don't know. Do you think that's extreme, y'all? Do you think that's extreme that a CEO would fire his engineers who refuse to use AI?
I don't.
Man, that's interesting, right? It's like,
You gotta
listen,
think about what he's thinking about, man. Y'all are
optimization.
yeah, y'all costing me money. Because I know it's people out there that's using it every day that's doing it 3 times faster than you.
Mm,
I just I don't want
talk
to
about it.
do it because I run the business, right? I'm not trying to work in the business, but I know it's people that's doing it faster than y'all. And y'all are wasting my money. I gave
Yeah.
you the opportunity. I said, hey, y'all, AI is around the corner. We need to get on this stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
y'all are in, behind the scenes, behind the computer, not using that. My skills are way superior. Drinking your espresso shots.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he's looking at YouTube and he's seeing guys and girls on there every day creating different stuff, using it, and then he's coming back and looking through his glass window, like, look at him out there. They ain't even
Yeah.
using it. I gotta
Yeah.
do something. Gotta
Yeah.
shake it up.
Yeah. I got a couple of comments I want to talk about. I'm gonna uh he
Oh
says
yeah.
order two, I'm in love with the LLM. That was based off of what you said earlier about
Yeah.
the story about that young man. But for those who
Yeah.
don't know, could you share that story? Because some people don't know what you talking about.
Oh,
If
I
you
actually,
remember.
bro, I don't remember, bro. Yeah, that's the thing. I know it popped up. I would have to see what it was about. But yeah, don't know what happened to Joseph, but he'll be back. Anyway, um, let me see if I can see it.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was crazy. I was gonna say here. Let me see.
So
Meanwhile, when
so here it is,
go
bro.
ahead.
I found it. I found it. So basically a Florida mom, shout out to Ted Coach Ralph, has
Yeah.
nothing to do with him, by the way. Just she was in Florida. But
Mm-hmm.
Megan Garcia, basically, she was suing the AI chatbot company Character.ai after her 14-year-old son died by suicide following a virtual relationship with a chatbot. And basically, the lawsuit was alleging that the company's chatbot encouraged the teenager's suicide after he became after he became obsessed with it. So
Wow.
that was around I don't know, the update. I saw it on the update. Apparently this happened maybe in 2024, like late 2024, but they've did an update in July, this past July, like right at the end, July 30th, and that's when I actually saw it for the first time. But anyway, stuff like that, man.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Like young minds, impressionable minds, and this is the story that happened, and that's what actually what was that Coach Ralph saying there that
Yeah. Yeah.
because of the relationship. That is nuts. Yeah, we gotta be vigilant with the young people, man, because that is nuts.
Oh, for sure.
OTTO says, yeah, you got to get out of the studio, bro. You got to get the Lambo and the mansion and the rent watches.
Yeah, no, that's
order to start people to start listening to what you got to say. That is funny.
That's
Is
too
hilarious.
funny. No, but
Man.
it's true, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Not all the time, but unfortunately it is. Peace and Pan-Africanism, my brother. Peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
Everything has to be at least 3 times.
Oh yeah. That's what I was talking about earlier. I see he said do it, Trey. Take those right. That's what I was talking about. Do I need to turn into Dr. Umar Johnson for these folks to listen? Because he was obviously getting to the bag at one point. Then
they are trying to take us down, brothers and sisters.
It's only so many years that you can say that this school is getting. They trying to take my school. They didn't tell me about the taxes. They came to the school and took the note off the door. They took the note off the door. Brothers and sisters, they took the note
off the door.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's what you got to turn into in order to invoke change.
Yeah,
that's what they saying.
That is. Listen, you got to get that. You got to get that finance literacy scammer starter kit.
Yeah.
He gave them a deadline to just sign up for the company paid enterprise co-pilot by Friday. Tech Coach Ralph says about that CEO, and call it into those that didn't do it on Saturday and fire them.
See what I told y'all? I knew I didn't even know the story, but what I do know is people will give you a chance. I knew he gave them an opportunity to learn it, or at least start it.
Oh man. Listen, and then Operation Tech Takeover says the story reminds me of a movie from back in the day. Do you all remember the movie Weird Science? If y'all remember that movie, put in the chat.
I remember that one.
I don't know that one. I don't know that one either. Weird Science. Now you can make me look it up.
It was a 1985 film.
Yeah.
Kelly LeBrock. Okay. Anthony Michael Hall. Okay. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, they had some people in it.
Yeah.
It's
a sci-fi film.
Yeah, and it's I won't try to say too much about it because I don't know much about it, but basically American teen science fantasy comedy written. Let me see what it talks about though. Teen misfits Gary and Wyatt design their ideal woman on a computer, and a freak electrical accident brings her to life in the form of a lovely superhuman Lisa. She outfits Gary and Wyatt in cool clothes and surprises them with a Porsche and helps them stand up to jerks Ian and Max. But all the while, the boys must hide Lisa's existence from Chet, Wyatt's nightmare of a big brother. So interesting. If y'all want to go and check out a movie from the past, a blast from the past, a 90-minute film, Weird Science.
Trying to tell you
is what it is right now. He said, Takeoff Ralph said, I reviewed Friday how Meta chatbot AI policies allowed it to have romantic and sensual combos with kids. Oh no. That is crazy.
But I believe it. I just saw what's his name? Elon. Did he release some kind of I guess he has different chatbots that have characters assigned to him. And apparently the first one that he released was this chick that is also along the same lines. So
wow.
I don't know. Interesting. Definitely want to make sure your kids are on the right stuff. That's why they make the parental guidance.
That's right. I'm not mad at Tech Coach Ralph. He said, "How much you gonna charge for the dates, though, Trey?"
Yo,
He's like, "Trey's trying to make money out of this." Yeah.
no, bro, I can't do it. I can't do it.
He said I was 1 year old. LOL.
Oh,
Oh,
for
I
the
think I
movie.
saw the movie. Oh, at 19. Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, nowadays, just a quick pop it in and let it begin. But yeah, that was how much you gonna charge for the dates? Must be the money, right? Oh man. Well, listen, y'all. Oh yeah, I gotta look it up. I'm not sure if I've seen this movie before, but I heard about it now that I read the description. I heard about it, but I don't think I've seen it. Well, listen, y'all. Definitely appreciate you guys as always. If you have not, go ahead, like, comment, and share. And listen, your comments are what drives the show. Your participation will drive the show. If y'all are wanting to talk about something like this and it keeps going, we're gonna stay on this topic until kingdom come, which basically means 8 o'clock. So we're gonna stay on this topic and rock with you. If there's anything that you guys are definitely want to hear more of or talk more of, so we definitely appreciate you. I dropped that call link as well, so y'all could call
For sure.
into the show and let us know what it do, and call in from there. But right now we're going to another segment that we like to call the Tech Wire. And if you're not familiar, the segment is powered by blacktechglobal.com, your premier directory for upcoming tech events. So go ahead and visit blacktechglobal.com for more. There's tons of different events that are happening. And I'm going to really, September, that's a huge month. So I'm not going to take, honestly, you got to go to the website for more, but I'm going to hit it and quit it, as they say. August 27th, that's in 2 days. They have Champagne and Melanin. Prepare to Pivot Mixer. Interesting. Prepare to Pivot Mixer in Houston, Texas. That's about $45 for that particular event. And we just talked about trying to move, or whatever the case may be, in regards to AI. This is an exclusive women's panel and networking mixer that's designed for brilliant and beautiful female founders, social influencers, content creators, inventors, innovators, and entrepreneurs in Houston who are about to make the next big shift. Basically, talking about are you waffling on the brilliant product idea? You still haven't applied for that trademark. Can't get consistent with your TikTok content. All that are things that they're going to be discussing at this particular event. General admission is $45, but $95 for VIP. So if you're in the Houston area, definitely check that out. But I'm going to rattle off a few of them. We got MidwestCon, September 10th to 11th in Cincinnati, Ohio. We got GovTechCon in Washington, D.C., 350, September 11th to the 13th. Black Women in Data Summit, that's Atlanta, Georgia, September 12th to the 14th. Sisters in Sales of Brooklyn, September 18th to the 20th. Africon in Atlanta, Georgia, again, September 18th to the 20th. We got Seattle, Washington with Tech Wealth Summit, September 18th to the 20th. Tulsa Tech Week, we have that as well. National Black MBA Conference in Houston, Texas. And then we have, last but not least, BTS. That's September 26th to the 27th in Detroit, Michigan, Empowerment Summit. So check all those things out later at blacktechglobal.com. Again, that is blacktechglobal.com, your premier source for tech events, mixers, and everything else in between. So there was a saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Have you ever heard that before? Well, we're going to talk about how that looks in these tech streets, right? And specifically about a particular relationship that I'm going to talk about, let Trey talk about in this next segment.
Yep, y'all already know. Listen, if you thought sports was like, hey, we're pretty much dominant, we love going against people and all this stuff, try getting into business. All right, business is the ultimate sport. Why? Because you can use your mind a long time. And yeah, like he said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Elon Musk was looking to Mark Zuckerberg. That's right, Mark Zuckerberger. He was looking for his support for $97.4 billion open AI takeover bid. All right. He was trying to team up. All right. So Musk tried. He did fail, but he was trying to buy OpenAI. he even asked Mark Zuckerberg for the help. So here's the offer. Basically, Elon Musk, he tried to buy OpenAI. That, by the way, for those of y'all who don't know, he did co-found the company, but then he left some years later. But he tried to buy it for $97.4 billion. OpenAI's board, they immediately rejected the offer, obviously. His name is probably on the blacklist. They probably got a photo up like, don't let this man security. Don't let him in the building. All right. But they at the time they said that the company was not for sale. So what he did was he asked Mark Zuckerberg. So court filings show that Musk even reached out to his longtime rival, Mark Zuckerberg, asking Meta to help finance the deal. But Zuckerberg and Meta never agreed to join. So here's what's surprising, though. Elon and Mark have been basically going at it for nearly a decade now. Even almost had a cage fight in 2023. But the idea of Musk asking him for help is interesting, right? Mm-hmm. So when you look at the bigger picture of what's going on here, Meta and OpenAI, they're locked right now into a talent war, right? Meta got offering people $100 million to get them out of, the top researchers, right? The top AI researchers, getting them out of OpenAI, right? $100 million contract. Come on now. Woo-wee. My bad, y'all. I was just thinking about all them zeros and commas. My bad. But Elon Musk, he's suing OpenAI, right? Claiming that it abandoned its nonprofit mission and became too profit-driven after it partnered with Microsoft. Jury trial is actually scheduled for next year in March. So OpenAI right now valued at about $500 billion with a B, which is 5 times what Musk got rejected for in the offer. Making it look super small now that you think about it, right? Like it's not even close.
Facts.
But here's the thing, y'all. This shows right now how crazy and wild that this AI race is at the moment, right? Even like rivals are trying to team up together, and they're willing to at least consider teaming up, right? Even if they don't do it, when it comes to getting this control over AI and how powerful this technology is moving forward. So I wouldn't be surprised if at some point down the line we do see some crazy team up, right? Where you're like, man, I would have never thought this would happen. And it's all because of what they're getting their hands on when it comes to this AI. Man, you got to know, like when they start throwing out these baseball numbers for regular employee roles, you know something is up. Again, y'all remember how we started the show. If you were not here at the beginning of the show, after it ends, go back and watch the beginning. Like, this is serious business. It's so serious that they're willing to team up for it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts because we talked about Elon Musk doing this before. But like the first story, we got to come back from a different point of view sometimes, just so we can kind of just get deeper within this onion. Because a couple of things, that offer, man, it looks like a spit in the face now. I'll put in the comment section here. I said, almost $1 trillion. Like, shouldn't that be the offer? Like, I think that should be the offer. Like almost $1 trillion for this, because this is going to be a multi-trillion-dollar company. I know the valuation is at 500 now, but imagine what it's going to be in the next 1 or 2 years, 3 years, especially as things are getting more advanced. People were talking about agentic AI and all these different things. Now they're talking about, now they're getting deeper into the quantum space. Now they're like, listen, that was the past. Some people are saying that, and that was just like a couple months ago. So it's just amazing how fast these things are turning out and churning out new products and new innovation. And because we are in that space where, I mean, if you're gonna give somebody $100 million or whatever $1 million contract and they kind of sniff at it like, I get that someplace else. 20-something-year-old.
Like, it's not enough.
It's not enough. Few little pennies, boy, it's not enough. Like they gonna
Didn't even
that
think
shows.
about it.
They even think about it. Like that shows you like this is a very volatile space right now, and it's an arms race. And so I'm thinking, hey, Elon, come back to the drawing board, because I'm also going to the comment section what Tech Coach Ralph said. Tech Coach Ralph said, you don't know, he talked about the MIA fight that you were talking about as well. But he also mentioned this. He said, and Twitter said no immediately at first to Elon. And we see where Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, is now.
Ended up in the hands.
It ended up in his hands.
Hey, man, because money talk, man. And they know that. They know that.
So, yeah. So my question is, and I'm going to continue to go to the comment section, but my question is, what are y'all thoughts on this, y'all? Do you believe that Mark, and with the combination of himself, maybe he gets NVIDIA involved? I don't know. And they're like, hey, we need to grab this company here and do something. As OpenAI, they've been bad children. They haven't been listening to their daddy Elon. So I'm gonna just take him behind the shed, so to speak. But so what do y'all think? What do y'all think? You think he could get it done? I don't know. We'll see, right? We'll see. But let me go to the comment section here. Because Seiko Ralph says, I think as people, they are friends. As CEOs and companies, they are rivals. Makes sense. Let's just put on a show for everybody else, because we just got to. But tea time at 3? Okay, cool. Sure.
Well, and that happens all the time, bro. Like,
yeah.
At the end of the day, a lot of times these people be, now I will say in the tech industry, a lot of them aren't. But for real though, behind the scenes, you think they're rivals and they be dapping it up. I know a lot of people who I almost said used to be wrestling fans and stuff like that. But I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of people who are, obviously, because they kill it with the numbers. Well, we already know behind the scenes, they be best of buds.
Yeah.
But, got to put on that show, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Tech Coach Ralph actually said that LOL, and the first thing Musk did with X was charged for blue checks and access to Grok. That's true. Besides changing the name, money. He's like, let's monetize on this. Let's monetize. Tech Coach Ralph says, can OpenAI hold the market share with new players in the game? I still use OpenAI API keys for apps I built, but I primarily use Gemini for regular research. I
think they're gonna hold on for a while. I really do. Personally, I'm with you though, bro. I have found myself using Gemini, a lot more. And I actually use Claude a lot more. I have certain things. Matter of fact, the only reason I still go to ChatGPT most of the time is because I have things set up there that I can easily go back to that one, thread or whatever they call it, and continue in that one because it has so much built up in it. Outside of that, if I was able to transfer it, I probably would. But yeah. I think they could. It might not be as long as Google, when it comes to how long they had the championship belt because of AI, right? Because it moves so fast, it might not be that long, but I think they'll have it.
Yeah, and I think it's almost there's at least I feel that when it comes to AI and the different sort of tools that are out there, we all, at least for myself, I use it differently for different things. So when it comes to what I do on a regular basis as an SDR, I'm using chat barely for research, but more for like customization of emails and almost like consultant for certain things, and then using other stuff like Mustafa, like Manus to scrape the internet for stuff and put things together. Like there's so much different tools for different stuff out there that I'm just like, I think there's a lane for everybody. Unless they really get really good at everything and they have a a GPT for everything, which they kind of, if you go into their library, they probably you can find a bunch of stuff. But um, but yeah, still Perplexity holds a place. Manus holds a place. They all do little different things and Claude, for coding and stuff like that. They all have their space, in my opinion. So
Yeah.
it's not to that place where it's a complete monopoly. Let me see. Techos Rob says, I think Elon makes it tough to work with him. Yeah, I wonder how much of that is actually his. Yeah, I think you're right. 'Cause I'm looking at everything that happened with Trump and everything else. I was like, yeah, his mentality of how he thinks, like how he works on stuff. That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, and sometimes it's like that. Sometimes it's like what makes you great in one area makes you, kind of not great in another.
Hey,
And so you just got to take the good with the bad or not. But sometimes that's the case.
take the good with the bad. Yeah, absolutely. And I think the same thing was said about Steve Jobs as well. Like it was like people did not want to get on the elevator with him. when employees saw him coming, they would get out the elevator. Whoever got stuck in the elevator, you got to tell them what the policies and what was the pillars of the company, something like that. I think it was. And if you didn't say it, snip you.
Yeah, I would have got off too.
They'd be like,
recite our mission statement word for word right now.
Yeah, you don't know
or you're fired.
Yeah, you don't know what mood you might be in. That's top notch right there. Techo Drought says the issue with OpenAI ChatGPT is not integrated into any particular ecosystem. Interesting. It's not integrated to any particular interesting. So anything you have to do with extrajudication, plugins, etc. Now in Gemini, you could use it straight in your email, Sheets, Docs, because it's Google, right?
That's
and so that's a huge portion of it as well. And then also Techo Drops. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I be using Gemini. I do. I will say, we couldn't put in that keyboard to work, man.
Shout out to Vertex, yes. And then Ted Coach Ralph says he's like the kid at the basketball court who is losing and kicks the ball across the court or takes the ball home and go home because he wasn't picked. Yeah, I can see that.
I haven't seen. That's wild that someone would kick the ball across the court.
I've heard of
but
that.
I have seen when the person who brought the ball, like the ball that we playing with, like it's cold, but it got the grip, it's real grippy. You know what I'm saying? I have seen that person not get picked and then be like, all right, y'all, that's my ball, I'm going home. I have seen that mess,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like, what are you doing? He's like, nah, I'm out of here. Y'all don't want me. Y'all could shoot with these rocks in the ground. Like,
they ain't saying that. You don't want to get jumped at the court now. You just want to let them know that was my ball.
Yeah,
I'm going home.
And then they'll be like, "Well, I'm the captain now." Oh man. Well, listen here, y'all. That is the stories that we have today. Very interesting conversation, y'all, in regards to what it can be. I know we have one more that I wanted to chat about, but I think we could definitely use a space and time to just shout out a few people that we have here. Actually, Techo Trout says, at the park I grew up, it was next to a baseball/football field, and when someone would get mad, they would kick it over there. Oh, that's messed up.
Yeah,
that's messed up. He's like, go get your ball.
Okay,
Techo Trout, you got to put it in the comment section. Tell me how many people got beat up for doing that. Let's just be honest. How many people there's like, you know what? I lost it. You didn't pick me and kicked the ball over, and they did not get hands on them. Let me know in the comment section below, y'all. If that, like, who did that happen to? And that did not happen. Because I don't see that working out well for them. Depending on who they're playing with, that could be a situation. That could be a situation. Oh man. So y'all, thank you guys for rocking with us on this episode of Talk That Tech. Tech Coach Rob says, nah, they will get hands for talking trash or hard fouls, but not for that. Oh man. Well, listen,
Interesting.
it depends on the neighborhood. I'll just tell
Yeah.
you that. But now that since you are here, Tech Coach Rob, I want to shout you out as well for really rocking with us on this episode of the show. You're giving all the shout outs to everybody that comments. So OTTO, thank you for commenting as well. And last but not least, friend of the show, Before the Billions, thank you as well for rocking with us on this episode and making it happen, y'all. We definitely appreciate every single one of y'all. And I just want to say right now, I think we have a good place to land here. We will definitely talk about that topic that we mentioned earlier next week in regards to an event that happened. But we want to give you guys a chance to respond to that and give your opinions on it. So don't want to rush it. But what I want to say is thank you again for everybody stopping by, everybody giving their time and their talent and their treasure to be with us on this episode, y'all. We definitely appreciate it. And I want to say, last but not least, this is Talk That Tech, the
#1 tech morning show in the world. We'll see y'all next week, baby.
yes, peace and elbow grease.